Hey everybody, Aaron here. Welcome back to another anime review. Today we look at episode 6 of Gamers. But first and foremost, check that out. So behind me, you don't see the Leaning Tower of Pisa of anime. It's gone because now it's on that nice new shelf over there. Look, see, it's awesome. It's all organized and stuff. I had actually, my dad and me had bought a new shelf, so I built it the other day. And when I built it, I was able to kind of repurpose, what the original shelf was for originally, because we did have anime, which we had more so not anime, but like we had Blu-rays and DVDs of various movies, and some of my anime was on there too, but now I took that one and put it in my room instead. It's not 100% organized, I'm not like 100% OCD type thing, but I do like organization. I think it's very important for a kind of neat and tidy mindset. And I'll be honest with you, chaos ensues when you have everything all over the place. Trust me, guys and girls. Clean your rooms and notice that your sense of being will be different. I guarantee it's weird. I don't know how to explain it beyond the kind of mental capacity thing, but there is a very weird phenomenon attached to having a neat, like, and tidy room and then having a good mindset. It's really odd, but it is really applicable. Now, in many ways, this is the perfect way for me to kind of segue. That's the word I'm looking for. The perfect way to segue into my episode 6 review of Gamers. Now, like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, Gamers is one of those shows that you look at and you go, huh, the first several episodes are amazing. I loved the show when it started off. I think it was such a breath of fresh air in a genre of rom-coms, essentially, because, as a gamer myself, I understand better than most people the pains of being so socially awkward when it comes to like having friends and having relationships, and it takes a long time to get out of that. I mean, I think by my last year and a half of high school, I was already getting right out of that, and by college, I was completely phasing my shyness out. But it took me that long to get out of there, so I understand why our characters are like that in the show. And I think for people that don't really understand that, maybe that's what they don't like about Gamers. But the issue that I have with the show is also best represented by the actual thing that happened with Augury in this episode. So Augury had drawn a little diagram near the halfway point of the episode where it showed all the characters who they love each other and who dislikes each other, where everyone is on the side, what's the word? Flow chart, I think I should be calling it. And it was very cute and funny, but it's also the same amount of confusion that she's having trying to piece everything together that I think the audience is going to have trying to piece everything together. Like, we understand that everyone's confused, we get that. But this show's doing a very, goofy way of doing it. Like, sometimes there's comedic aspects to be had, especially with near the end of the episode, and the freaking revelation of, having actually, Amano actually tell Karen and ask her out, and she accepted it, and seeing everyone's reactions in the classroom about it. That was cool. I didn't expect that from episode 6. I really didn't think that he would go through it, but the lead up to that was pissing me off, because it was like, you have all these characters trying to figure out what's going on, what relationship's happening. They're all being, just 100% confused by it. And in return, it makes us confused as the audience. Not in a way you can't understand what's going on, mind you. It's just confusing in the sense that you're like, am I supposed to find this funny? Am I supposed to find this, painstakingly annoying? Because to me, I'll be honest with you guys and girls, I don't know if this is just me, but it could be other people out there. I just find it kind of annoying. I'm happy that we're finally at a point where a relationship might actually start happening. Thank you, God. However, I'm also equally afraid that episode 7 won't be what I want it to be, because if you notice, this episode didn't have a preview, and it ended pretty early. Like, when it actually ended, it ended on this note of oh, look at all these characters. Is this a good ending or what? That's what scares me. One of my commenters pointed out something very interesting, and it's something that I look at two different ways. Where in the very beginning of the series, we see it kind of almost flash forward of various characters. Well, I'm not going to say who per se, but you can watch the first episode again. And we see various characters being together. Now, to me, I don't know if that's applicable here. I don't know if that's really trying to be a foreshadowing of characters being together, or if that was more so just his mindset with it, or if that was their first intentional meeting. I'm not going to say anything more than that, because I'm not going to try to analyze it, because I don't think there's really anything to be analyzing about it. But it worries me that this romance show will go somewhere I don't want it to go. I want it to actually be a romance at this point. Now we're at episode 6, we're going to episode 7, and we have a couple that looks like it's possibly blooming. I want that to happen. I really do. And if it does happen, I will be back on board with gamers and say, hey, I love this show again. I think it's great. But if not, you're going to see me rant next episode. I swear to you. If next episode goes a very sour way of where I'm thinking it's going to go, I will probably rant it right in that review. I'll be honest with you. I'm just very curious what's going to happen. But anyways, guys and girls, would you like to speculate? Leave a comment down below. Tell me, what do you think is going to happen next week's episode? I'm very curious. And we'll see who's right about it. As always, guys and girls, thank you for putting up with probably one of my rockier starts to an opening, or excuse me, one of the rockier starts to an actual review, because I had like several mishaps in it. But you don't understand, this is like probably my 10th time trying to record this. I've had my computer conk out twice in terms of having my webcam conk out for some reason. I don't know why. I think one of my USB ports is going bad, which kind of scares me. But if that does happen, then I have to figure out what I'm going to sacrifice in terms of, okay, what's now going to be plugged into it, because I don't know, it's like, I guess maybe unplugging my camera all the time has probably caused the USB port to be all messed up now, but we'll see what happens. Anyways, I think I have Die Review episode, I want to say 6 or 7, I should have that tonight. I don't expect that early. I'll probably have that later tonight, because I'm planning to do all this stuff today. But I will talk to you then. God bless you all if I don't see you in my next review. As always, guys and girls, bye-bye.